He paid for her coffee when her card got declined. Little did he know she was the CEO who'd been quietly observing him. The morning hustle filled the downtown cafe at the foot of Evergreen Plaza, with baristas shouting orders over the hiss of steam and the rich aroma of fresh brews hanging in the air like a comforting embrace. Emily Harper, 30, the powerhouse CEO running the empire on the top floor, walked in dressed in a sharp white blouse and charcoal skirt, blending right into the crowd of busy professionals chasing their caffeine fix. No one gave her a second glance. She was just another face in the rush. She stepped up to the counter, balancing her phone and a stack of files. "One large latte with an extra shot, please," she said, her tone smooth but hurried. "That'll be $5.85, the barista replied with a quick smile. Emily slid her card in, but the machine flashed. Declined. She tried again, same result. Heat rose to her cheeks as she rummaged through her bag. No wallet. She'd left it upstairs in her office. "I'm so sorry," she muttered, flustered. "Can you hold it? I'll run up quick." The barista eyed the snaking line, hesitating. That's when a steady voice broke in. "Hey, it's no problem, happens to everyone." Emily turned to see a tall guy in his mid-30s, jeans and a blue polo, with a security badge dangling from his belt. His short brown hair framed a kind, unflappable face. His tag read Alex. Before she could object, he tapped his phone on the reader. Beep, payment approved. The barista handed over the cup with relief. "Thanks," Alex said to her, then turned to Emily. "Here you go. Really, don't sweat it." Stunned, she took the latte. "You didn't have to do that. I'll pay you back." He shrugged with an easy grin. "No need. If the roles were reversed, you'd probably do the same." There was no show in his words, just genuine warmth. Emily managed a small smile. "Still, thank you." But as she shifted her bag, the cup tipped, splashing a bit on her blouse. She winced. "Great, just what I needed." Without missing a beat, Alex pulled a napkin from his pocket and stepped forward carefully, dabbing the spot with gentle precision, keeping a respectful distance. "There," he said, stepping back. "Better already." She met his eyes, but he was already heading out toward the elevators. "Wait, what's your name?" He glanced back. "Alex?" And just like that, he was gone. Emily stood there, cup in hand, napkin clutched tight. In a world full of rushed interactions, his simple acts stood out. No expectations, no fuss. She sipped her latte, the warmth spreading as she rode the elevator up, her mind lingering on this stranger who'd seen her as just a person in a tough spot. The boardroom on the 26th floor was sleek and silent, save for the hum of the projector and the click of keyboards. Emily sat at the head of the polished oak table, sleeves pushed up, flipping through a pile of resumes for the new tech expansion project. She'd insisted on personally vetting the finalists. Tired of cookie-cutter hires, she wanted real resilience, not just shiny degrees. But as she scanned the pages, frustration built. Too predictable, too perfect. Then one name jumped out. Alex Thompson. Her breath caught. She'd seen it earlier in the rejection stack. Marked with a note, employment gap unexplained, discard. She dug it out and read closer. Senior systems engineer at a top firm for 8 years, promotions stacked up, then a 3-year void. Number. Details. Curious, she pulled up his full file online, cross-referencing public records. An old news clip surfaced, a heartbreaking highway accident that claimed his family 4 years back. He'd stepped away from his high-powered career shortly after. The photo showed a younger Alex at a quiet vigil, holding a single flower. Emily's chest tightened. This wasn't a flaw, it was survival, wrapped in quiet strength. HR had seen a blank space. She saw a story of grit. With a decisive stroke, she scratched out the rejection and wrote, "Priority interview CEO direct." When her assistant popped in, Emily didn't look up. "Schedule a one-on-one with Alex Thompson. No team, just us." The assistant paused. "But he was rejected." "Not anymore," Emily replied firmly. 2 hours later, alone in her office with the city skyline stretching out below, Emily reflected on Alex's words. If the roles were reversed, you'd do the same. Had she? How many times had she dismissed people for not fitting the mold? Now, fate had dropped him back into her path, a man who'd led major projects, lost it all, and chosen to rebuild humbly as a security guard. She circled a slot in her calendar. Interview Alex Thompson. See the man, not the paper. Late afternoon light warmed Emily's spacious office as Alex stood by the door, looking a bit uneasy in his uniform amid the modern decor. She motioned him to sit. He did, his gaze steady but cautious. "You're probably wondering why you're here," she started. He offered a faint smile. "Beyond the coffee mishap?" She chuckled. "That and more." Opening his file, she recited, "Senior, engineer, stellar track record, then a gap, now security work. Why no mention of your past in the app?" He met her eyes evenly. "Didn't think it'd help? People see the blank and move on?" "And if they dug deeper," he shrugged, "they'd find someone starting over on his terms." Emily leaned in. "Your way. Overqualified for what we posted. Why aim low?" His voice stayed calm. "I wanted a fair shot, not one based on sympathy. Purpose over pity." She nodded, sensing his unshakable core. "What struck me most," she said, "was how you handled that morning. No strings, no spotlight." "It was just the right thing," he replied softly. Sliding an envelope across, she said, "This isn't about the coffee. It's about what you bring." Inside, an offer for lead consultant on their flagship digital project. "I saw beyond the gap," she added. Alex's eyes softened, the weight of recognition hitting him. After a pause, he nodded. "I'll take it on one condition," she raised a brow. "You buy the next coffee," she laughed. "Deal." The elevator opened. On the 22nd floor, executive hub of Evergreen Plaza, Alex touched his new badge. Technical strategy consultant, still adjusting to the shift from lobby guard to strategy lead. Whispers followed him. "That's the guy the CEO handpicked from security? Must have pulled some strings." He ignored it, focusing on the work. Early mornings, late nights, he dove into systems, spotting flaws others missed. An email from Emily arrived one evening, access to key blueprints, no fanfare. Her quiet support mirrored his own style. The breakthrough came in a packed Monday meeting. Alex presented, "Our data channels have redundancies costing us over $400,000 a year. With targeted fixes, we cut that by 85% in months." Questions flew. He answered with expertise born from experience. Emily, observing from the back, stood post-meeting. "I chose wisely," she said to the room. Applause followed, not forced, but earned. For Alex, it felt like reclaiming ground. Past 9 p.m., the tower dimmed, but lights glowed in Emily's office and Alex's corner. She stared at reports, exhausted from a grueling day of crises. A soft knock, she looked up to an empty doorway, but a steaming mug of chamomile sat on her desk with a note, "You seem worn out. The world won't end if you pause." Her heart swelled. No one dared see her vulnerability. Alex had left without a word. Next morning, chaos hit. A leaked memo sparked backlash. In the emergency huddle, barbs flew at Emily. Her grip tightened, but Alex spoke up. "Let's get facts straight. This isn't on her. She's been fixing it solo. Blame won't help. Solutions." Well, the room shifted. Post-meeting, she asked quietly, "Why step in?" "You shouldn't face it alone," he said. "I know that isolation too well." Her walls softened. "You make showing up seem enough?" "It is," he replied. That night, rereading his note, she realized some burdens lighten when shared. The ballroom shimmered under chandeliers at the companies. 10-year gala, laughter and toasts filled the air. Emily, in an elegant midnight gown, navigated the crowd with grace but hidden fatigue. Alex, in a simple tux, had helped backstage earlier. Noticing her chill near a drafty door, he draped a soft wrap over her shoulders, his touch brief but caring. As fireworks lit the terrace, they stood side by side. Bursts of color reflected in her eyes. "Stunning," she whispered. "Yeah," he agreed, eyes on her. She turned. "You always catch the small stuff." "Because I know what it's like to go unnoticed." Her pulse quickened. Their hands met, fingers intertwining as the show faded. No rush back inside, just a quiet "promise." I can't guarantee perfection, he said, but I'll keep seeing you. She leaned closer, their connection deepening without words. The office hummed softly past 7 p.m., most gone home. Alex paused at a cubicle where young analyst Sarah sat, tear-streaked and defeated. Rough day? She nodded. Botched a report, feels like I don't fit. He sat across. I've crashed whole systems before, thought it was over. What changed? Someone reminded me, failures happen. Quitting doesn't have to. Her tension eased. Let's fix it together. From afar, Emily watched, inspired by his quiet guidance. Walking out later, she said, You redefine leading for me. It's about being there, not just ahead. He smiled, presence over power. In his car, city lights blurring by, she dozed off, exhausted. At a light, he gently tucked a stray hair from her face. She stirred, eyes meeting his in a charged silence. It's okay, she whispered. At her door, gratitude lingered in her gaze, more than thanks, the spark of something real. The auditorium buzzed with applause as Emily accepted an award for her bias-free hiring program, the Fresh Start Initiative. This is about spotting potential in unexpected places, she said. Quiet strength often hides the greatest value. Offstage, Alex waited. You stayed back, she noted. Your moment, he replied. Taking his hand, she said softly, I love you not for that first coffee, but for kindness when no eyes are on you. Outside, the world rushed on, but they savored the calm. Back at the cafe where it started, they ordered drinks. She teased, What if my card fails again? I'd cover it, he grinned. Some things don't change. Growing serious, she asked, What if we'd never crossed paths? We would've, he said. Kindness finds its way. It's about choosing to see each other. She placed her hand over his. This was never just coffee. It was about recognizing someone and deciding to build from there. And in a busy world, that's the real magic, small acts rippling into profound change. Remember, one kind gesture can rewrite a story. Yours included.